Okay.
All right.
Too bad Rhythm doesn't have a fade out option.
I mean, I guess you could grab the volume and slowly pull it down, but
Yeah.
in either case, welcome to Tyranny, wherein a group of orphans have come a long way and declared themselves sovereigns and have gotten into perhaps a bit of a pickle. But I don't have to tell you about that because I have a volunteer who will fill us all in on the wonderful events that have led up to the map you may now be able to see, which is just chock full of opportunities for adventure. So if you would please bring us up to speed, then we'll do a little bit of housekeeping and catching people up as to what's where. But let's start off with what's been going on for the last few days, I guess.
All right. Okay, so we made it up to the roadhouse here where they're working on constructing a new roadhouse. It's a new roadway. It should be great. We're all hired as guards and or workers. But we've been following the cultists up here, and we figured out when we were settling ourselves in that all the cultist stuff ended up in one of 2 rooms that locked. We had the special storehouse and also the room of the foreman. But all the stuff for the cultists went into the storage room that locked. So we got the really, really bright idea. We wanted to keep an idea. We wanted to keep an eye on anyone that went in and out. Especially since we are pretty sure that the guy who's in charge of going in and out of the storeroom, he's in with the cultists. So we got a bell. We got a bell and we put that on the door. And then we went to sleep. I'm hoping that that bell would wake us up. And it did wake us up. Unfortunately, it was dark. And while there was a bunch of people in the storeroom that definitely should not have been in there, we couldn't really see. Valander tried some clairvoyance to see in there, but it was dark. Waverly had the really bright idea of going over and flinging open the door and hiding, and then we get some light in there, and maybe the people who are in there who shouldn't have been in there would come out, and then we could see what's going on. Unfortunately, this wonderful, flawless plan had one very small flaw, which was the fact that there was a bell on the door. And so now we've alerted everybody. Waverly tried to hide and failed. And probably all those people that were hiding in the storeroom, which may have been lizard folk, may have been half dragons, we're not really sure. And they've probably gone down whatever trapdoor, because we're pretty sure there's a trapdoor in there that they all came in through. They might be gone already, but fingers crossed, maybe everyone's not going to immediately try to kill the mouse. That would be good. And Let's see how well this goes, guys!
The mouse looks so cute. You can't kill the mouse.
Totally innocent!
Your stripy pajamas.
I was going to say, I do need that detail. I need to know, Waverly, during this escapade, what equipment were you carrying? How were you outfitted? What all is on Waverly right now?
Pajamas. So stripy pajamas.
Stripy pajamas? Okay.
Stripy pajamas.
Anything else you would like to declare on you? Sleepy time hat, of course. Stripy pajamas hat comes with a sleepy time hat.
Of course. Of course. No, that's it.
All right.
That's it.
Stripy pajamas, sleepy time hat. Waverly, well known amongst the caravan folk on the way up for being night blind. Horrible guard to be with. Well known, well established, often joked about. And as we start to do a little bit of that housekeeping that I mentioned, a thing I didn't get an opportunity to ask. Dawn.
Yes.
Brainard. For a large percentage of your travels along the road north, you looked a little old and blind. Your activities in the past day or two makes me think maybe that disguise has been cast aside.
I was told that it was.
Okay.
So that's why.
Fair enough.
There. I was under the impression that there weren't really disguises anymore. Was I wrong about that?
Nope, that is totally fair. So you're one.
But is that what's going on with everyone else? Is that legit with the rest of the party?
Yeah, I think.
Like, are you pretending to be others?
Yeah.
The rest of the party, while they did disguise themselves slightly, more or less looked like themselves. Dusk altered her color, and she is still inky black because, it just doesn't wash out that quick. Talace looked a lot like Talace. Chloe and Joey looked a lot like Chloe and Joey.
Well, now she has fancy blue overalls, though, if Talace chooses to wear what Chloe bought her.
There are fancy blue overalls in the mix, along with the bright blue studded leather armor. Valandra, sort of was half orking it up a bit, I guess. I'm not sure how much she really cast aside. But Dawn seems like the biggest swing, because going from blind to not blind. Would you say
it's a
you
miracle?
It's a miracle.
No, like he would probably, because he really couldn't be of that much help upwards. Then I think he probably would have stained his fur as well.
Okay.
Before leaving.
Just a totally different tabaxi that happens to be traveling with this other group of people.
And wearing glasses.
Oh,
when that one vanished and his caretaker didn't,
It's not at all implausible. But I would like to ask.
He'd be standing more upright. He wouldn't have the dark lenses. He'd still not have Edgar. Well, he has Edgar, but Edgar's just like flying around being a bird as opposed to like sitting on his shoulder the whole time.
Sure. Sounds good. So I would like to ask for just a quick deception roll. The cultists and you have this sort of open animosity on the road. You kind of both are like, yeah, we know who you are. But yours was a little more, really? So how about we see how really that is, if you would, please. And as a sheet is opened for that deception roll, if everyone else would please open their sheets for two things. The first, that's not a bad deception roll. The first thing, upper left-hand corner where the little dragon circle is, please make sure everyone has checked off that they have inspiration. Thank you to Waverly for the wonderful intro that has provided inspiration to everyone. The silver store is disabled for the session. We're under a week of repair and reconfiguration to the silver store, so they will not have access to benefits from watchers. And then I need Dawn and Talais to pick 2 of the people or a room that you will have claimed, and those 2 people will no longer be in the area. So you can choose any of the people except for Bog, Luck, and Arden, and those are who you're replacing on your shift. So which rooms would you like to bunk in? It's 4 to a room, and Chloe, Joey, Valandra, and Waverly chose the room right next to Bogluck. Which ones have you chosen?
Do you think? I don't know if like being like in the room next to them would be smart. I guess.
Probably
Yeah,
not.
that seems a little conspicuous.
So like up here, so, like one of these, like in here maybe,
Okay.
so we could see.
Take in
Yep.
the big room. And are all
Yeah.
all four of you staying together? Because you do have Harry along with you as well.
I suppose. I don't. Oh. Dawn's going here. He could. Everyone else can make their own decision.
Okay.
Because the especially Dusk, I think he knows her that she'd be like him and Han for a while. He'd just go like, "I'm going this way, and you do whatever."
And Dusk is going to be late, so I have to make this choice for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, because Dusk isn't here yet. Kitty's not here yet.
Dusk is not here yet.
So I'm...
So she's following along with one of the decisions.
Okay. So I didn't do the homework, so I'm just gonna be honest about that.
That's all right.
You know, to listen to last week.
It's okay. So as a quick summary of where you've been, your cart, the one you were walking alongside,
I remember that it got stuck and we had to pry it out.
stuck in the
Yes.
mud and pried it out. So you basically staggered in, numb to the world, cold and muddy, headed straight for a bed, and fell asleep. And which bed was it? What was it you headed towards?
Well, if they all stumbled in together and there was like one open room by the time they got there, that wouldn't be weird.
Yeah, wouldn't we have to go there?
Sure. Sounds good.
What do you mean by sure?
You guys are making up reality at this point.
Okay. Well, hell. But that would mean I would be with Dawn, because Dawn was on that truck, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that wagon.
Dawn, yep.
So
Dawn, Dusk, and
yeah.
Harry.
So I guess we're all gonna kick everyone out from that room.
All right. They are so kicked out. And we are so arranged. Now, as Waverly has mentioned, it got to be evening and around that midnight hour when a disturbance was heard. Waverly crept out and tried to discover what the cause of the trouble was by throwing open the door. This rang the bell, alerting the guards at the ready. Now, I think you can all see the guards' names, or at least most of them, or you can point to which ones you like.
Question.
Yeah.
Real quick. Did we get there? Do we know of this whole bell shenanigan?
You did not know of the bell shenanigan, so you will be stumbling out into the darkness, unaware of why the row has happened. You were asleep while they were plotting and planning. So, what I need you guys to do for me, though, is pick 6 of the people in other rooms to be the 6 guards that are armed and armored and ready to go. You can ping them, you can shout out their names, I'll find them, and they will be the ones that are armed and armored. The reason this is a little important is in Hidden Magic World, I can see which ones are loyal cultists and which ones are workers and laborers. And
Oh no!
Oh my god.
so, the ones you choose might influence how this goes.
So we get to choose 6 total?
Choose 6 total.
So
That-
everyone
I'm
pick one, I
partial to
guess.
Got baked, personally.
I'm picking Mom.
Oh, well, I'll pick someone else then.
I was gonna pick Mom.
I can pick somebody else, but it's funny that someone else chose Got Baked right away. I'll pick Fats. Upstairs. Is upstairs an option?
Upstairs is an option, absolutely.
Yeah, I got Fats.
Where's Fats at? Do me a favor and ping him so I can find him. He's all over the place here. There he is.
Yeah.
Fats, is that you?
I will pick Got Baked.
Got baked. You
I'll
were down.
pick
So that's the one I
Right.
picked
That's
already.
already picked.
Oh,
Oh,
got baked.
You
Sorry.
can have Mom.
okay.
want.
I will pick oh no, Bladruth.
Give me a ping.
Right here.
There we go. Bladruth. All right, that's 4. I need 2 more.
Sharazono.
Sharazono. Got it. 1 more.
We're gonna go with Nada.
Nada. And give me the ping.
I don't know how to pick. There we go.
There, you got it. On the nose. All right. So 2 were out patrolling. 4 sitting in the ready room, armed and armored. We're going to roll the initiative to make sure that these folks are on and ready to go. I have already rolled for the folks that were woken by this disturbance.
That's a lot of folk.
There are a lot of folk waking up, and I would like to ask each of you to also join in on the initiative.
No. Why couldn't I be low for once?
There you go.
That's all right. Chloe's got you covered. All right. Now,
Normal dawn roll.
Talace, Dusk, and Dawn. You were asleep, having drugged yourself in here and basically fallen down, collapsed. Please decide whether you managed to work your way out of your armor before you passed out or not. That will determine whether you wake up in it or not.
Dawn does not wear any.
Fair enough.
Place would have just done a quick prestidigitation and fall face first onto the mattress. So.
Fair enough.
She's ready to go.
Now, Chloe, Joey, and Valandra, you were up to no good. You were planning things. So, please decide whether this no good scheming you were up to had you dressed and armed and armored or not. Remembering it does take a little while to get dressed or undressed, so please pick which way you want to be.
I feel like she, while she knew what was going on, I don't know that she had any significant input. So she'll probably be just in the partial armor, what she always wears to bed, probably just a chest plate kind of thing. Takes off all the shoulder bits and whatnot, so I don't know what that works out to. Or do I have an option of all or nothing?
I'm so amused by the fact that you go to sleep with your boob armor on that I'm gonna let that one fly.
Well, only when I'm sleeping in the room next to Bogluck, I do.
That's
fair.
Did something happen that I'm not aware of?
That's cool. He doesn't get a lot of beautiful half-orc women who come up and give him the butterfly eyes.
Get it, Chloe.
So
He's a cultist.
She tried to butter him up and it worked a little too well.
The natural die roll I think
don't
was
know
19,
my own strength.
And so I think it was like a 20.
So he was well buttered.
He was well buttered.
Unfortunately, yes.
There was an open invitation to his room, I believe.
Yes.
So
yes. Anytime. So, with that, Mr. Bogluck is a rather attentive foreman. And as the bell rings, the guards shout. He bursts out of his room looking around. He's carrying with him a long sword in one hand. He is unarmed. Looks like he was getting ready to sleep. In his other hand, he has a small candle that he's holding up and waving around, trying to cast some additional light in the area. Seeing Waverly, who has not done a phenomenal job at hiding, he calls out, "Hey, what are you doing?" At this,
Waverly opens a can of pop.
Come on, it's probably beer if it's Waverly.
Just drinking, all right. No, it's not. Not gonna fly. No. So that.
Unfortunately, she didn't mention the beer among the possessions she had on her.
She did not. No.
Did not. I did not hear a beer listed, and I don't know that Gristle Pete would appreciate her running up and stealing a beer.
Probably not.
Probably not the best way to handle this. So as lots and lots of people start pouring out to see what the hubbub is, the next voice of authority heard is from the leader of the guards, Ardred. What's all going on? More and more pour out, the noise waking others. Finally, one of the guards on duty marches out, his armor clanking, boots thumping. You hear the creak of a short bow as it's aimed down. But now, there's lots and lots of people. Who? He calls out. The little mouse. The other ones reply.
Isn't it still dark?
It's still dark, but you did not do well at hiding.
No.
Oh.
And this place is illuminated. So.
Wait, how is it dark and illuminated?
No, it is dark outside. It is dark. The night sky is dark. But everyone's rushing out with torches and candles, and there is light scattered
so
around.
like no roof?
No, there is no
Question.
roof. There is no roof.
Oh.
Oh, sorry,
Question.
This is an open courtyard, yes.
Since Valandra was still concentrating on the spell at the time, are all of the whatever serpentine creatures that she saw, are they all out of the room now?
They are all leaving the room, so it is all happening at the same time. You can see them pouring out.
No.
Now that there's a lot more light pouring in, can I try and make a better perception check on what kind of creatures they are?
That seems fair. Go ahead and give me a perception. And as you do that, I will continue shoving people forward here.
That wasn't great. 13.
Much too big to be kobolds. Could be lizard folk, half dragon. I don't know that you've had a lot of experience with lizard folk to know the difference.
I mean, I haven't had a lot of experience with lizard folk, but I've had some experience with half dragons, so maybe I'd be able to tell. I don't know.
That is true. But right now, I would say with the 13, you're probably splitting the difference. You're like big lizardy, dragony things.
Okay.
And among the lizardy, dragony thing possibilities, dragonborn, depending on whether or not you believe they have tails. Bladruth, one of the guards, also draws his bow, sighting towards Waverly. Joey, with all this disturbance, you can hear Bogluck shouting from just outside the door. What are you doing, if anything?
So my ready is going to be to, if I hear anything violent going on, step towards Waverly, and then attack the closest thing that is threatening. But until that happens, I'm just going to be making some nice sounds on this side of the door.
Fair enough.
Unbelievable.
So, Waverly, as you hear the reassuring sound of Joey's snoring, it comes to you. You're the center of attention. What you doing with all this attention?
Okay, I'm gonna drop to my knees and cover my face and say, I was just looking for the bathroom!
Very believable. How about maybe a deception, though? Because I don't know that you really were. I feel like maybe you weren't.
Probably not. I don't know how well this is gonna go, guys.
So I will remind you, did earn everyone an inspiration.
You have an inspiration.
I'm gonna use that inspiration.
Could you argue for performance as well if she might have a better one for that?
It's not any better.
Okay.
It's this Waverly is not charisma based. She is not charismatic. Okay, I'm going to use that inspiration and take that advantage and roll deception, I guess. Oh, yes!
She really does have to pee now.
She really does have to be.
All right.
I might not have been looking for the bathroom at the time, but I sure as hell am now.
That is very well done. There is still a slight chance that someone might see through this.
They have to nat 20 it, though.
To represent this.
Do they get a disadvantage for her adorable pajamas?
Come on, the pajamas should be more adorable. The pajama...
Tiny, cute.
Nightcap,
Pajamas.
Casey.
Tiny stripy nightcap. Come on.
But we are going to roll a perception to see whether Bogluck, leader of the outfit, sees through this adorable ruse.
Insight? Wouldn't that be insight?
Yeah, it would be insight.
Same for him either way, so we'll hit it.
Okay, well.
We'll hit the one I have the button for here. All right. So, just looking for the bathroom. What the hell are you doing making all that noise?
I don't know. There was a bell. I have no idea where it came from.
Bogluck looks around. He looks up towards the top where the guards have started to look down. Like, we didn't do it. All right. So, seems to have bought your story, but it looks like he might be moving in your direction to investigate. Got fried, missing his friend Got Bake. Steps out. Talise, you've been woken.
This is a very long. This is a very long 6 seconds.
It's a very long 6 seconds.
It's longer than you think. If you're playing MMO,
a lot of stuff happens. Talise, what are you doing in there?
All right, so pretty much what we hear is shouting and probably Waverly screaming that she's looking for the bathroom. Right?
That's a pretty good recap of the last 2 to 3 seconds. Yes.
All right, so she's gonna literally pop out of bed and step outside and go, "What's going on?"
So yes, pandemonium has erupted around you. You do catch a few glances turning your way at the emerging beauty, but most eyes are on the mouse folk cowering on the ground, hands over her face, screaming about needing to go to the bathroom. Any other activity for you?
No, I don't.
Right.
She's gonna make sure, kind of keep an eye out what's going on, because all she sees right now is Waverly and a bunch of people looking at her.
Dawn.
Dawn's just gonna kind of groan and sit up, but he's not gonna leave the room. He'll have Edgar fly about the area and see what's going on. Would he be able to catch anything? Does this have an open roof too?
No, the storage area and the strong room have the ceiling, which is the kitchen above. So if you look up, there's the kitchen where that is.
Okay.
On the second floor.
I sees it now. I had to scroll over. I didn't even notice there was another part.
No problem.
So he'll perch here.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could get a big view and maybe in the door a little doubtful, but just sort of paying attention to what's going on.
And Edgar does not currently have dark sight, correct?
No.
He does not. Okay. So just a few shadows moving around in there, but it's hard to tell whether it's the breeze waving the door or the torchlight flickering, or something moving within. That's going to bring up, if Dawn has no other movement.
Nope, he's just gonna pay attention that way for now.
Right. That's going to bring up Got Baked, who rushes down the stairs, moving past, and right up next to Waverly, 5 feet or so away. As he comes barreling down the stairs, eager to be of service, he levels his spear at Waverly. Don't move. Got you covered.
I'm not moving. Fine.
Wharton comes staggering out. Valandra, what are you up to?
Can I see any of this through the open door from my spell?
Yes, so you can see out the open door into the courtyard, lots of torches, candles at this point, the moonlight coming down. So you're able to see everyone dashing about.
Okay. No, she's not going to come out at present. She's just going to continue concentrating on the spell and wait till something violent happens before leaving the room.
All right. That's going to bring up Methel, who steps out. That's going to bring up Gagaka. And that's going to be Brockram, Amory, Shuzman, Mom. Everybody, until finally we reach Chloe.
Right.
Hi, Chloe.
Hi. Hearing all the hubbub going on, she's gonna sigh and get up, barge out the door, see Waverly, barge past Bogluck, and come up in front of Waverly and say, "What the hell is going on? Waverly, where's your little jingle bell on your hat? What the hell is wrong with all of you all?" And she's gonna look around at everybody yelling and be like, "Get back in your rooms. You all should be ashamed of yourselves. She's so tiny. Look at how small she is. Get your spear out of here." And she's going to try and intimidate Got Baked to put down his spear.
Okay. I did also hear a little bit of a conflicting story, though. I think I just heard that Waverly should have known about the bell, but I think Waverly said that she didn't know about the bell.
She didn't know about that bell, but she had a bell on her pajamas. Who knows if it got lost?
All right. So let's see that intimidation. Let's see that intimidation first.
Let's do that.
Nice.
That's a pretty beastly intimidation.
That's intimidating.
Yes. Got Baked is like, whoa.
He now needs to use the bathroom.
Doing my job. Just doing my job.
When I bought you the outfit, Waverly, it had a little dingle ball on it. Where is it? That's what's causing all this commotion. Are you serious?
It did.
And she turns
Where
around.
did it go?
She turns around and looks at Bogluck. Are you serious? All of this? Really?
Where did it go? Oh, look, there it is.
Oh no.
Where is it?
It's on the floor, isn't it?
It's on the floor.
I think it's on the
could be
floor, right?
Sure. It could be on the floor.
This whole thing was based on it being on the floor. If it's not on the floor, it takes you back.
No, we're good. It could be on the floor. So, as the bell is pointed out, while Mom and Got Baked are looking on, let's see how sneaky certain people are. Not very. Let's see how attentive other people are who have already been demonstrated to be not very attentive. Ooh, but they're attentive enough. Despite your intimidation and the distraction of the bell on the floor, Mom and Got Baked are both looking towards the storeroom. They look towards each other. You hear something? You see something? Yeah, what's going on? Hey, Bog. Something in the storeroom.
I did think I heard somebody in there, but that's why I thought it was the bathroom, because there were people in there. There shouldn't have been people in the storeroom.
All right. So, We're going to drop out of initiative for the moment.
Oh, God. Oh, thank God.
For the moment,
Oh my God.
as Bog starts moving over towards the storeroom. What do you mean it's from the storeroom? He walks past Chloe and Waverly heading towards the door. Anybody doing anything?
I thought you said you kept that under lock and key, Bogluck. Is somebody here questioning your authority or what? And she's just looking around at everybody. And pauses a little too long on Got Baked.
Boy, really, she's just gonna move over to this side of Chloe.
All right.
Chloe's gonna move a little further into the room, just looking like she's sleepy and curious.
Continuing to concentrate on the spell.
All right.
I would yell for Bowie.
You clearly see Bogluck step into the room, his eyes almost glowing as the orcish dark vision turns his head to the left, sees the open strong room door, and you hear him just roar, "Hey, they got the strong room door open! Cover that mouse!" Seems broken up about it.
Cover that mouse? What are they doing? Because Chloe would definitely be standing in front of Waverly.
So, the guards up at the top, those that in your directions, Mom and Got Baked, level their spears toward you.
Out of random curiosity, for science, how far up's that balcony?
How far up's that balcony? That balcony's about 8 feet up.
Oh, that's not far at all.
It's not very far at all. So.
For science,
Alright, if you were just going to the bathroom, you won't mind us searching your stuff.
Were all of the serpentine creatures gone from the room when Bogluck entered?
They were not.
Okay. So I clearly saw him see them and then accuse Waverly.
You did.
Ah! But we don't know that. You don't know that.
What's going on in there, Bogluck? What's going on?
I mean, Joey does. Philandra will tell Joey.
Are there people in there or not?
No one in there now, but somebody was.
Good.
And he shuts
Nobody?
He shuts the door.
Nobody?
Can I perception check? Can I insight check him for that?
Sure.
And then I'll say, if there's nobody in there, take those two with ya and check it.
And where you at, Bogluck? There you are. He seems honest. He's a forthright half-orc.
Because Belandra's got valuables in there, and I know she'd want them checked.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea. We'll have to inventory everything. But before then, we're going to make sure nobody gets out of here. Ardred, who's on guard duty next? We're going to need some more men. Get those gates closed, make sure nobody's in, nobody's out. And I don't want anybody carrying weapons, wearing armor that's not on duty. Mom, Got Baked. Right here.
You got a comma in there somewhere?
That was great. This is one perfect sentence.
You keep an eye on those two. As soon as they stop laughing for whatever reason, we're gonna give it to her.
No, you guys gotta check it, and you gotta check it now.
Look, you. You came in the same boat she did. Call my carts boats.
Very late at night. We're all very tired.
Had a little wine. Want to make sure I get my head clear.
And Mom got baked over here.
Sisters, very pretty, and I was drowning my sorrows. So, Ardred at this point is starting to call out the next roster. So, could I please have the next 6 people selected who are going to be armed and armored by the party if they're not taking action immediately? And you can't pick yourselves.
We can't.
I will pick Norbertha.
Norbertha.
I am trying to force, like, Got Baked and Mom to go in and go with Bodluck, like, right now, immediately.
Okay. How are you trying to enforce that?
I'm going to start walking over and come up to both of them and be like, we have to go now to check it. Like, now. Like, right now. Take Bodluck with us and let's go.
All right. Joey, are you currently armed or armored?
I am armored. I don't have my weapons on me.
All right.
But
as you start moving forward,
like it's been slept in.
As you start moving forward, Bodluck starts getting up to his height, up to your height. Look, want any trouble? Get yourself back in there. Get that armor off. Get it all calmed down. Nobody's going anywhere.
If you don't check it now, we're gonna.
Where's the impartial third party where we get to check? We just take your word on everything, Bodluck? That doesn't seem very fair. Anybody here can get their stuff stolen.
We're going to bring it out. We're going to check the ledger to make sure everything is there. But we're not having anybody causing chaos in my camp.
I'm not worried about the ledger. I'm just saying, can't they check the footprints? She points back at Waverly. She's got, like, what, 5 inches at best for footprints? If there's anything bigger than that, then it wasn't her. Case closed. For us, anyway. All we're asking for is some fairness here, Bodluck. You seem like a fair man. Lies. So I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt here. Joey, take a step back in good faith.
That's why we're going to have an investigation. We're going to get this all squared away. Maybe the lock just opened itself. But I think somebody opened it. And I think little mouse standing here awfully suspicious.
I would like to go through Waverly's things and get like the thieves' tools and stuff, so that they're not in her things.
That might be prudent. What are you doing with these thieves' tools?
That is a good question.
Because you could certainly make yourself guilty.
Just a moment.
Sure. So as the frantic scrambling is happening, Joey and Chloe, time has ticked by. Joey,
why does this guy up here look different? Who is he in relation?
That is Ardred. That is Ardred, the captain of the guards.
So who is he, like, in hierarchy related to Bodluck?
He is alongside Bodluck. Bodluck is in charge of the workers. He is in charge of the guards. So he would technically be your boss.
Okay, I'm gonna, like, raise my hand to something and... Hey, you're in charge of us over here. Aren't you also supposed to some degree, help protect us with our contracts to come out here? Can you be a part, you guys are on par levels, no one's in charge of the other. Can you both just look in and verify the information in there? The tracks? If there was someone in there, there's gotta be tracks. I'm not talking about the ledger, I'm not even asking to go in. I'm just asking for somebody other than this guy over here to tell me what's going on. Or are you not in charge?
Are just like, Bog? Look, if you want to look in. Ardred comes walking over. Ardred glances in, looks around. He looks at the floor. He looks at the dirt.
Waverly, hold up your foot.
I'm holding up my foot! Look how tiny it is!
Ardred says, Bog, I can't make heads or tails of this. I mean, everybody's been in and out of here. Bog's like, I know. That's why I want to go search their rooms.
Like, search our rooms? Fine. There's nothing to hide there. I just don't agree with you taking this little tiny mouse under your control over some speculation. You didn't even prove anything happened. She was looking for the bathroom, for God's sakes, which she still needs to use, mind ya.
I still need to pee! I'm very small. I have a small bladder.
All right. Mom,
Oh God.
go take the little one into the stables so she can pee.
I can use the bathroom.
Wait, who's taking her? Mom! Okay, I'm going with. I'm not leaving her alone.
Hey. No complicity. Come. That word.
There's a lot of words that start with that.
All right. Ardred gets the next couple of guards squared away.
All right, with that, yeah, I'll step away.
Handful of people start heading back to bed. But now there's
a
full dozen guards armed and armored.
So is there any place in this room that I think I might be able to hide the lockpicks?
I think you could call that a stealth check to secrete it somewhere. I mean, there's always places. There's inside the mattress. There's above the door mantle. There's under some straw. Maybe wedge it in a rock. But those are also the places people might look. So...
The way you pronounce some words
there...
in that case is just classic. Instead of saying secret, you said secrete.
Secrete?
She could ooze it somewhere.
She could ooze it places.
Also, when Ardred went into the room, since I was still concentrating on the spell, did I see if Ardred saw anything?
Ardred did not see anything.
Okay, so it seemed to be legitimate when Ardred said, I can't make heads or tails of it?
It did seem to be legitimate. Now, It was not well lit in there, but thinking back on it, within the past 12 hours, hundreds of people made hundreds of trips in and out of that room. So the idea of finding any sort of footprints would be pretty harsh.
I haven't been in there at all.
But
Waverly.
That's
Waverly. No. Just go potty. Mom's right outside the door.
All right. I'll go pee.
Which is a weird sentence. I don't think I've ever said that sentence in my whole life.
Oh my God. This is amazing.
The umps all look at you very curiously as they dig their way out of their straw beds where they stay to keep warm, laying next to the mules. Wump in particular is blinking and rubbing his eyes.
Hey, you
Gets out of the way.
How's
so
Elma doing?
Restroom.
She'll make idle chit-chat as she's standing guard with Mom, I assume.
Oh, Elmer is a most amazing horse. He can count.
Oh.
He is...
Yeah, I taught him that, I think. Or something.
So, apparently, Elmer can count. Who knew?
I guess.
But Waverly, I'm not going to force you to make the Constitution check, but we'll just say you pee successfully.
Thank you.
I do think I still need a roll from Valandra, as she be crafty and secretive.
Gross.
Okay. I am going to use my inspiration on this. And I think this is a stealth check that doesn't... Oh, I'm not in my armor. Yeah.
If you're not in your armor, you don't have that problem. Ooh, an 18's pretty good.
Oh my gosh. That's the best stealth check you've ever had.
It's not quite true. I did nat 20 once.
As
that was last session, so
as things start to happen, the guards, now 12 of them, armed and armored, moving about. They've secured the gate out. Bog has allowed Waverly to head to the bathroom and has started to make his way with other guards in tow into the strong room, started to one at a time bring out the personal goods, checking them against his ledger, showing them to whoever is the owner. Eventually, Valandra is called to come and check her bowl and other goods.
Okay.
The guards are heading to the room that Valandra, Chloe, Joey, and Waverly shared to search, just as she's being pulled away. Odd that it would happen in that order.
Stop.
Valandra, are you leaving the room so that it can be thoroughly searched by the guards?
Is Joey still standing right outside or inside?
I think Joey has just headed inside. All
Okay.
right.
Then she will leave the room and head over.
All right. A pair of guards. Roll 20. Why are you doing this to me? A pair. That's two. Give me just two. You and you. All right. You know what? Just turn upside down. That's exactly what I wanted you to do.
No.
One of them a little lopsided. Step into the room. They're helping each other search. So there will be advantage on this.
Oh, because you guys can really tell heads from tails. That guy can barely keep his head on straight.
It's because he's looking under the bed.
Man, you guys need a nap.
Have to lean over to do that.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Man, if somebody searches my stuff, they should probably look out for Toby.
Oh, that's right. You have a pet mouse.
I do have a pet mouse.
You have a pet mouse.
Toby lives in my pockets. Guys, if you see a white mouse when you're going through my stuff, please...
could I have taken the mouse when I searched through her stuff to get the thieves' tools?
Hidden the mouse?
Much about Toby. Waverly, how does Toby react to other people?
Well, he is tame.
Okay.
He is a tame mouse.
Uh-huh.
He's probably going to be okay being picked up, especially by somebody.
Even by a cold, wet person?
Yes, but she smells like family. That's what's important.
Does. That is fair. Okay. So, Valandra, if I could have a super quick animal handling from you. DC's only a 10.
It's wisdom based. I'm fine.
Yay!
All right. So, no implements of thievery discovered. No mouse causing problems. The guards step back out.
I mean, not that it would probably be incriminating if they found Toby, but I don't want them to hurt Toby.
Mm.
Yeah, that's why Valandra took him. She's like, oh, like thieves'
Mouse.
tools. Went in to look for the thieves' tools. She saw the mouse. She's like, oh yeah, I know how important this is to Waverly. So
Waverly, would you
Yay.
be so kind just to take a quick glance down your equipment list? You did think of the thieves' tools. Is there anything else of particularly incriminating nature that might be on that list of yours?
Probably not. I mean, there's. I mean, a scrap of silk is not exactly going to be
No,
incriminating.
that's-
Lots
no,
of people find
fine.
silk. There is a disguise kit, but lots of people have that.
Do they?
They do.
Okay.
They do.
Okay. Sure. You know.
And then
bard
it's
slash
just-
actor.
and then it's just
Mouse folk aren't exactly very well accepted, so sometimes she has to pretend to be somebody else. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
exactly.
or it just looks like makeup or something.
Yeah,
They might not know what they're looking at.
Disguise kits aren't inherently nefarious. They mostly contain lots of makeup and maybe some clothes items. They are not. It's not going to be like nefarious mustache right across it.
You know,
They just find it. They're like, damn vain mouse. Yeah.
you say that, but I thought I remembered that Waverly was upset that the nefarious mustachio was getting posters up. I thought that was Waverly's alter ego. But if that's not the case, then I will ask one final question. Waverly, would you do me the favor of please taking a look at your coin pouch and tell me if there's a suspiciously large amount of, say, platinum in amongst your packs? Or is it a more reasonable amount that a laborer might be using? Or carrying?
How much is a suspicious
guard.
amount of
She's a
platinum?
guard
To be fair,
Guard.
a guard.
that just got paid. Half.
Just got paid. So
It's
just got
Friday
paid.
night.
It's Friday night. Feeling all right. I'll leave it up to you. What would be a suspicious amount in your mind to find on someone?
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
I have
How much do you have?
I have 24 platinum.
24? No, that's not nearly suspicious at all. I'm
That's
sorry.
not suspicious.
Because I'm looking at my character sheet.
Yes.
You are not suspicious at all.
All right, we're good.
You've got a surprising bankroll, but maybe you're out on your own and this is your whole life savings in here.
It is my whole life savings.
It is. Okay.
It's true. It's very true.
Are we
That's
judging
not it,
people
that's
based
not
on
it.
this?
She
Really?
couldn't
not
say
even
that
a lie.
without making a deception check. It's fine.
It's
I thought you
all
were
good.
searching for storeroom stuff, not counting how much money she has.
Yeah. I'm saving up.
Uh-huh. So,
Also,
Turn it around on
we did,
them.
we did tell them that mouse folk are very good at being guards, especially in places like these. This only proves it.
I'm taking guard jobs. I'm saving up. Someday I'm going to buy like a nice little warren of my own. It'll be great.
All right. After several uncomfortable late night hours of searching each of the rooms, inventorying everything in the strong room, checking in with each of the people, the guards rotating, many people staggering about sleepily, Bogluck orders everyone back to bed. The strong room is locked back up. Valandra, are you leaving your bowl and other items in, or are you retrieving them?
I'll retrieve them, claiming I don't feel that the strong room is very safe anymore.
The strong room is locked back up.
Not
Sure.
impressed by how he keeps it.
The storage room is shut. Guards are posted now at the storage room door. Bogluck heads back to bed, as does Ardra. The others disperse slowly over time. Gristle Pete serves some warm milk to help people get back to sleep. Warm, old milk. It's basically cheese. Anyone doing anything else as the dispersing happens?
I want to get my bell back.
Okie dokie.
I would walk her to do so because apparently there's guards all up in my face.
And then put it on your hat.
Well, it's gonna have to be
Because that
sewn.
was-
It's gonna have to be sewn back on, so it's just gonna go in my
okay.
pocket, I'm sure.
All right. So, any further activities for the rest of the evening?
Do we want to not have eyes on that door at this point?
Edgar actually, he doesn't sleep, but he could immediately wake Dawn up if something happens. Where's the thing? It's sort of like the alarm spell, but not quite. So like he could be chilling around and like floating around, and if something else funny happens in this direction, he could wake Dawn up, and then he could start shooting messages at people.
The problem with that is if the doors are shut, he's not necessarily going to know if someone comes back up through the trap door.
Chances are they're not.
We don't know.
Who's posted on guard anyway? Just curious.
So who's posted on guard?
Can't poof it and repoof it. Where's the thing?
You can't?
No. He's not a normal thing. Like, I can't cast spells through him. It doesn't say I can. It doesn't require sleep. While it's within 100 feet, he could awaken Dawn from sleep as a bonus action. So
Bladruth and Eileen are posted at the door. On patrol, Title and Wharton. Waiting in the waiting room, Yim and Nada.
I guess he could try to listen, but for banging around on the inside, since we don't trust these guards.
All right, so if Edgar's going to be posted on listening duty, can I please have a perception roll from Edgar? Edgar would like to see a 17 or better.
Oof.
Oh, sorry, a 16 or better.
Real good, buddy.
You have advantage if you want inspiration. I
think I'm gonna hold on to that.
Okay.
Ooh!
Yeah!
Ooh, good job, buddy.
He's on it.
About an hour after most have returned to bed, Edgar mentally pokes you awake. You can hear a hiss and shuffle, a creak and a thump coming from within the strong room. The guards don't seem to notice.
Don't notice or don't care.
Could go either way. Maybe an insight, though I don't know if Edgar reads human expressions all that well.
I don't know if he
Human and dwarven, one of those is a dwarf.
Well,
you can see through
Edgar's eyes.
So you could make the insight.
Sure. Certainly may.
He's not the greatest at that either. Dawn and people. Yeah, just to flip in and check.
Not bad.
That is not bad at all. Let's see.
Huh.
Yeah, you're pretty sure they're ignoring it rather than not noticing it.
So he's going to shoot
So
messages.
they're cultists and not civilians.
That could be a way to interpret it.
Let me double check something. Can he cast... No, I think I have to see them. He can't cast message that way. But he could get these guys up.
You can cast message if you can't see them as long as you know the person well.
Okay. So then he'll start shooting messages over to the other room, like, wake up! They're back and their guards are ignoring.
To our room?
Yes, to you guys, like one at a time, because you can only do one. Just like wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Just try to like.
Talise probably wouldn't have gone back to sleep. She probably would have just like laid there, like half dozing, just waiting, just in case, because an hour is not a long time.
So she'll see Dawn like, just kind of like jolt awake. His eyes do that vacant white thing.
So
And then-
so what time is it now?
So it's about 1:30 in the morning. Well, actually, we'll say about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, so it's still going to be quite a while before everyone's going to be waking up again?
Yes. So everybody generally wakes up around 6 o'clock in the morning, breaks the ice on the water, cleans themselves up, heading out to work by 7:30.
So the question is, do we care?
I mean,
because
it would be nice to try and follow them while they're, actually there.
Yeah,
See if we can figure out where they're going.
The people that we can't trust here are starting to greatly outnumber those that we might even think would give a shit. Because it seems like everybody's like...
So it seems like the best plan might be if we can try and like stealth take out the 2 guards on duty.
Yeah, but what was our
there.
mission, like initially? I had it written down, but I don't know where I put it. Like we're supposed to follow the cultists.
Follow the goods until you can find its final
follow
destination.
The goods, which presumably, like
they're
I guess,
moving the goods.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. I assume.
Because if they're going to each person with that inventory, and the cultist that he asks, is all your stuff here? They're just gonna say yes.
Yeah. And also the stuff that Bogluck marked that we assume is the treasure, he I think didn't put in the his book because he didn't even look in it. So
yes, the ledger only seems to contain
there's no
items.
Trail. So okay, does anyone think they could stealth take out those 2 guards?
Waverly has sleep.
Well,
Dad.
If we take out those 2 guards, though, it's, like, on at the point. Like, we're going to have to eventually leave quickly after, before everybody wakes up. And then some people are going to remember what some of us look like.
Which is why I'm suggesting, let's try and not kill them. Let's try and put them to sleep, because it looked like they fell asleep on the job.
But will they know that they were, like, suddenly awake one second and then knocked out the next?
That's how sleeping works.
I mean, do we?
But like instantaneously, they didn't doze.
If we're able to follow the treasure, do we care what they think here? Like, if we're able to follow the treasure that they're stealing from the storeroom, I don't think we care about this place anymore.
I think her big concern is that what if we fail?
Yeah, like if we have to try and stay here for another anything, that's no longer an option. Plus, I can always probably call Elmer back, but that also leaves him here.
But on the other side of things, if there's a chance that if we don't pursue this now, they'll be gone and we will have a dead trail.
They'll be gone, and I don't know how we'll follow their trail. Like, this might be our only chance because they're moving the goods now.
If we could get in there without waking up the entire building, and then find whatever direction they're going in, but like screwing up has like a huge consequence in that like this whole building and everyone in it's gonna freak out.
Yeah.
Right.
But doing nothing
Do we
also
want
has a
to
large consequence in us not achieving our goal and dragons taking over.
We want to be known as the people who slaughtered an entire like building of people.
Once again, I'm going to reiterate: we should try putting them to sleep.
Okay, so here's the thing: we want to follow the Serpentine folk and not necessarily fight them right away. So maybe we should wait until the sounds of them moving around disappear and then do this. And we don't want to put them to sleep ahead of time because there might be a change of guard in the meantime. That's my 2 cents.
And what if we go in and everybody's asleep and something makes a noise? Then we're literally in the same situation we were when we got in, only Waverly has used the bathroom. I'm all for, like, keeping an eye on this stuff, but I feel like maybe just, I don't know, if one of us wants to put something else back in, and when we go to put it back in, if we're, going with Bogluck to put it in,
well,
comment.
We wouldn't be. We give it to him, and he takes it down, and then he takes it in. Nobody else goes into that room.
Well, why don't we do the best of both worlds? Why don't we wait an hour and then knock them out?
Wait,
Nobody.
Valandra, didn't you go in with Bogluck to grab your bowl?
No.
You just stood at the door while he went in?
He goes in, he retrieves it, he brings it out, gave it to her, checked it off on the ledger.
So,
And we can't even see in there at all, like, to see that there was less stuff in there, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at.
we can't just leave the building, right? Like, if someone wanted to go maybe scout the area around to see if they could see
Where something comes out?
Yeah. Because it may or may not be in the vicinity. They may have, like, miles of tunnel, but, like...
Well, Elma needs to
not.
stretch. I haven't taken him for a walk in almost a whole day.
So what you're saying is, like, your first day on the job, you're trying to take a personal day? I don't know that that's going to fly.
I'm just worried if we don't do it right now, we lose the trail and any ability to follow the money.
It's part of the guard work to check the perimeter in the middle of the night for reasons. And
so,
I mean,
Even
do
though
we
we're
have
not
any?
allowed to use ourselves to be on duty.
Do we?
We'll say-
I'm always on duty. That's how good of a god I am. Come on, Elma, let's go. No, like, do we have
But if
any
we
reason to believe that this night is like their last trip to remove things? I guess, is there any way that we would know that or not?
So give me a quick insight on that one.
Because they just got here, but I guess
If we're-
time is of the essence.
Yeah. We're talking about this. Can I make an insight on that?
Sure, absolutely. You actually know what? All right, you killed it.
Sorry.
Sorry. I was gonna say normal group rules. So one person
Okay.
can roll, or you can help each other at advantage. So if you want to roll that again, see if your advantage works, feel free, because you were both working towards it. But as you guys are
I
messaging
think I'll
back and
stick
forth,
with the first one.
might be the way to go. As you are messaging back and forth, 15, 20 minutes has passed because this is kind of a whisper down the lane affair for you guys. No, you really can't think of a way that tonight that much goods could be taken any distance in one evening. It took the entire crew 4 to 6 hours to unload all those carts and move all those goods into that strong room, and that was a distance of 20 feet. 20 feet in any direction, you can still see the ground. There's nothing there, unless there's magic involved, in which case all bets are off. So, if you wish to gamble, magic is not involved. Unloading that room is probably going to take several nights if they're going any distance.
Detect magic, because he can.
Detect magic. What are the rules on that one? If you could bring that one up, please.
You'd have to be able to see the area.
It sees through things.
It sees through things, but I think the wooden walls and stone floors and dirt might stop you. Let me see here. You can sense surprise this way.
Penetrate
Oh,
must
no.
be blocked by
Never
1
mind.
foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal.
3 feet of wood or dirt. There's a lot of dirt and stone. So you realize that if the magic was in that strong room, you would probably detect it. But you've been suspecting that there's some sort of tunnel, and looking down towards the ground, you just see dirt.
But outside of us, there's no,
There is magic about. Almost everyone has a healing potion or something along those lines on or about them. That's very common, so you do see little glimmers of magic here and there. Bogluck has a little bit more magic about himself, as does Ardred. And Gristle Pete, his ladle, glows magic.
His ladle.
His ladle.
I want to know about that magic ladle.
Well,
You could ask him.
Okay, I guess my
Perhaps I will.
question is, are we gonna have a better plan tomorrow?
We might have more information tomorrow.
We might want to
Okay.
wait tomorrow just because we got out by the skin of our teeth there. I don't know that we want to risk everything again in the same night.
all right. So it sounds
I mean, I just
like...
feel like okay.
All right. They say so. It sounds like most of you are telling the little one to quiet down and go to bed. Is that what's happening? Because we'll start to wrap towards decision time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So, Valandra, as the energetic one suggesting things might happen, I will ask you to please roll the fateful D20. And 18, 19, or 20 may cause things to happen.
Mhm.
Ooh,
Kitty.
that's an 18. So,
Bad.
an hour or so passes. And then the alarm sounds once more. The guards shouting. But after the first shout, it comes through a little more clearly. You hear, "Take cover! Get indoors!"
How do we do that with no roofs?
Sorry, your rooms are roofed. Your rooms are roofed. The open area in the middle does not have a roof. So yes, there are roofs over the outer walls. The inner area is open courtyard. So, having heard that, is anyone looking or peeking outside?
Place is definitely gonna peek outside.
Yeah, Valandra will do so.
Also Waverly.
Okay.
Bird.
I'm just imagining that the room of four down the bottom corner, just kind of stack of heads poking out the door.
I was imagining the Scooby Doo thing too. Yes.
All those who are poking their heads out, please roll a stealth check. Those on the actually everybody's on the lower floor. Everyone has advantage.
Edgar's.
Except Edgar. Edgar is not on the lower floor, so he does not have advantage.
Is he? Does he need to stealth, or is he?
He
just...
does. He does need to stealth.
Okay. Stealth. Where are you, Bird? What is that? Dex.
Dex.
Yep.
All right. Everyone has cover. It's about 4 o'clock in the morning by this point. And in that pre-dawn gloom, a darker shadow crosses the sky.
Oh no.
You see the outline of a dragon swoop once overhead and then continue on, diving down towards the swamp. Doesn't trouble the roadhouse.
Can we tell what color it is?
I need a really high perception on that one.
Even by like spines and stuff.
Really high perception on that one. Who wants to take the stab at it?
So only
Whoops. Nope.
only 4 of us can do it. So
Only the peekers can do it. Who wants to make the one?
I have a +7.
Yeah, you do it. You do it.
Okay.
You do it.
Okay.
We could all help.
Cast guidance.
I will cast guidance.
All right.
All right,
And
let's see.
advantage because
Advantage for the help. Advantage for the help. Guidance for the guidance. That's
Oh,
pretty freaking
Roll
high.
a d4. Roll a d4.
That's,
Just for fun.
that's pretty high.
31.
I see everything.
She can. Waverly can see us.
You do see everything. Yes. You track the movement, growing very familiar in this short time with the outlines of dragons. This, the horns pointed backwards, jet black scales, a swamp dweller, black dragon. Male, adult, angry. Aware of the roadhouse, but for some reason, not attacking. Highly suspicious. Would you like to attack?
What, the dragon?
Dawn, you want to scare it?
Dusk isn't here to jump on its face.
So, anything you're doing about this?
Valandra will consult the bestiary of dangerous things to see what she can find out about black dragons.
Quite dangerous, yes. I think either an arcana, a nature, or a history would all be valid.
I'm not next to you because I would help you because...
Well, the book could help, theoretically.
Do I get advantage for the book? Or?
The book does not give advantage. The book gives you the +2 for using an appropriate tool.
Okay. So
Fair.
16.
16. Black dragons in history. Black dragons are quite the nuisance, and it is suspected that one is the cause of the Mere of Dead Men's, the swamp that is eating away at this. And it seems you have just confirmed that suspicion. Black dragons, known for their ability to kill everything, eat it, and then kill a lot more things. They're considered a little daft among dragon folk. Paranoid, crazy, destructive. But most people don't point that out. They just scream and run away. Is there anything in particular you'd like to know about a black dragon?
That is a good question.
How to kill them.
I guess just general strengths and weaknesses. Like, I assume it tells us that it's immune to acid and has an acid breath weapon and stuff.
It's more like when you see strengths, it says all. When you see weaknesses, it says none. It's kind of that. It's kind of like kill them while they're young. Good luck if they get old.
There's no fatally allergic to cauliflower or anything like that.
None of those that you see. No.
No common knowledge.
It's basically just the night fury, the unholy spawn of lightning, and blah blah blah.
It's along those lines. Acid, yes.
Unholy spawn of acid.
It's the
with that 31 perception, could Waverly tell what size or what age the dragon was?
Adult. He already said it was adult.
Yep.
Okay,
Adult.
sorry.
No problem. All right, and with that, the dragon has passed. A few moments later, the guards reemerge, take up positions. They're oddly calm about this, as if maybe it happens frequently. Maybe they think they won't be attacked.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
When you had us roll stealth, was that stealth against the dragon?
Could have been.
Or stealth for having our doors open?
Could have been. How about an insight? How about an insight if you wish to see who might have been looking towards you?
I'll do that since I was poking.
I got it.
Okay.
Lacey's the one being curious.
I super got it.
You do super got it. Once the run and hide was declared, there were no guards or other folk out and about to see you, so that creepy dagger between the shoulder blades feeling could have only come from the dragon eyeing you from above, or eyeing the roadhouse from above.
Okay.
Does
Go
the
ahead.
bestiary say anything? Valandra is curious now with the information they've gotten with the treasure that they're following and the eggs that they saw.
Mm-hmm.
Whether do dragon eggs require like a hoard of treasure to hatch or something?
That's not really in the book. That's more the care and feeding. Eggs are not generally dangerous.
There was it there like that black kobold?
There were
Black
some kobold
egg.
egg keepers, and you do recall no real piles of treasure there.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna be reckless here. So as soon as Soleil sees the guards coming back looking kind of nonchalant, she's gonna make sure her hair is nice and sleep tousled, kind of just open up the front of the armor just a little bit like she might have been sleeping, and just run out of the room towards them like, did you see that? I think that was a dragon. Covered the entire sky, blotted out the whole moon. Never seen anything like it in my life.
Aileen looks at you. She's almost a little jealous-eyed at the way you wake up.
I woke up like this. She gets a t-shirt like that.
She's like, reaches up and just pushes her straw, mangled hair down. Bladrith the dwarf looks up at you. I was a dragon.
That happens all the time?
Swings by every now and then.
Really?
It keeps to its place in the mirror. We had some knights, adventurers, go after it once, and they didn't come back, but dragon doesn't seem concerned with the road. I think it's a wily beast. I think it looks forward to a steady stream of meals and treasure, more than snacking on our old bones. Well, my old bones.
And she laughs kind of flirtatiously about. I can't imagine anybody passing you up, darling.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
I imagine I would be. But really, why wouldn't it stop here? I mean, aren't we really close to? You said the mirror.
The mirror, the swamp, that which covered up and ate out the old road. See, when you build in the lowlands, the dragon can eat away the ground, cause it to collapse. The vegetation goes bad. Road gives way, and it all falls to pieces. Building up here on good stone, and he stamps his foot. Now that's the way to do it. Good dwarven construction, carved into the mountain. This road will hold against anything. But once the road starts getting traveled, well, it's a buffet for the dragon. We'll need stout hearts and stout heads and stout arrows and a good deal of stout.
Can always use that.
Then we'll go dragon hunting. But for now, road building it is.
It's awful brave of everyone to start building something so close to clearly a very large dragon.
Well, bravery is what I do. Eileen is just like, whatever.
And Clace will kind of like cast her like a knowing look of like, yeah, no. It's okay.
All right.
And she'll, not wanting to push her luck, she'll just like, well, that was invigorating. I'm never going to get back to sleep now. Then she's going to go back into her room, just be like, yeah, they seem pretty chill about this whole thing. Weirdly chill.
Weird.
Do we know why it's called the Mirror of Dead Men?
How about a history?
Nope.
Nope. So aside from saying that it's a place that's swampy, that a lot of people died, I mean, that's sort of it. So 3 o'clock rolls along to 4 o'clock, which rolls along to getting near dawn. Any other excursions before sunlight?
Nah, at this point, Lace needs to take a nap if she's going to get up in the morning.
Yeah.
You people with your early hours and shit.
Yep, early hours. And Talise, you look at your contract and it reads laborer for some reason.
Not really sure why we did this, because I'm not going to be very good at this.
So, yes, Dawn, Dusk, and Talise, Harry as well, all signed on as laborers. Seems that those who were at the sign-up point decided that not everyone could be a guard. I don't know why, though. But that's how it divvied up. So, come dawn, instructions start being called out, guards and workers paired up, plans laid, equipment set upon carts, mules hitched to those carts, and people get ready to set out. You're given your instructions. They're working about a quarter of a day's walk ride away. So you'll be heading over there, about 2 hours travel, working for about 6 hours, about 2 hours travel home, and then exhausted fall to sleep and start all over again the next day. Meals.
It's only 10 hours. It's only a 10-hour day.
Well, it's only a 10-hour work day. You've got some food you need to eat and your own things to take care of.
2-hour travel, 6 hours of work, and 2-hour travel back. That's a 10-hour day.
Yeah, you get time to yourselves. They're not working you to death.
Oh, I know, which is why I was a little bit confused as to why you're like, we're all collapsing asleep.
No, I mean, when's the last time you broke stone to lace? What's your strength again?
That's Ashley asking, not to Lace.
Okay. Yeah, no. I'm referencing the amount of exhaustion that I don't think the high strength crew.
Let's not poke the bear and have him give us exhaustion, maybe.
No, I would never make you roll a strength check and just pass. Let's say the DC's 5. So strength check DC 5, laborer crew, or take a level of exhaustion for today.
What did we learn?
What did we learn about this? But, yes, so as your 10-hour day passes, you are out working in the mountains. The wind is fierce and kind of ugly. A lot of moisture coming up off the swamp, chilling in the mountain air, and then smacking you in the face, creating kind of a weird, messy frost all over everything. The ground is hard and rocky. The dwarves seem to enjoy it. Everyone else, not so much.
Dawn hates everything.
I believe it. You do have the opportunity to talk amongst yourselves during the day at meal breaks. Gristle Pete serves up a feast, if you choose to believe it to be so, or foul if you doubt his feastiness. What's everybody doing?
I would like to make a performance check so that Talise can act like she's doing more work than she actually is, because she's very aware of herself.
Ooh, that sounds like a good thing to roll for.
Ooh, that does sound like a good thing to roll for. How about a performance check to phone it in? That's a pretty good performance check.
Plus 10.
I could have asked for advantage because she's used to doing this, to faking working, because she's been doing it since she was a kid. But I didn't.
The foreman and the overseers are attentive, but they are just not used to this level of lackadaisicalness. Lackadaisicalness?
She looks like she's working. She's very good at looking like she's working.
I mean, yeah.
Can I take Elmer out for a, loop around and check around the building and the area we're going, but mostly the building, right around where the storage room would be, outside, and further in that direction?
Can I come?
You absolutely
think you
can.
guys could manage that. You do have some time available to yourselves. So you are scouting for something?
Yeah, I'm just checking the perimeter, you know. It's good guard work to know your area, know your, surroundings. It's only for safety purposes. Come on, Elma, let's go.
Like a survival check if you're out gathering blackberries, or like looking for
Well, I'm not
things?
foraging for food. I'm just looking for, entry points, things of, that would cause issues or things to be moved or,
I see.
weaknesses. Holes in the defenses, holes in the undergrounds.
All right. So I think a survival check at disadvantage. Your DC is only a 12, though.
Can I go along and help with that?
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, anything to help the disadvantage from nowhere.
Who's got highest survival? I got a +1.
I have +2.
I'm okay at it. I'll make it.
All
So that's
right.
just a regular one because it's
Yep, just a regular Chloe and Valandra roaming around. All right.
13.
So you circle the roadhouse.
Shouldn't that be with advantage because you got help?
But
No,
I had
disadvan-
random
No,
disadvantage.
because I had
Random.
disadvantage.
You had
normally.
disadvantage, and it's not random. It's because you can't see what you're looking for.
Wait, was I
so-
doing this in the daytime or?
No, doing this in the daytime, but there's nothing to look for. This is effectively invisible. So as you start doing your loops, you see no entrances, no exits, no tunnels, no groundwork. You have Elmer stamp real hard. Nothing sounds hollow. But as you keep expanding your loops and you're going around and around and around, you realize that even though you can't see anything, the way the roadhouse is constructed, there's only two real options: directly into the mountain or down into the swamp. And based on the ground and the stone and how hard the laborers have been working to cut even a path into that mountain, it's fairly likely that wherever these boxes are being transported, it's down into that swamp where there's a big black dragon.
So before the sun sets, can we go in and ask Dawn to make Edgar go and search over there for the other end?
To go and search the swamp?
Specifically, I would ask, look for boats or something to get across there, even if it's something that's hidden under look for branches that look out of place that might be covering a boat or something like that.
Edgar communicate that back because he can't
No,
stay-
he'd have to fly back within range, but he could then communicate it if he finds it.
He can go flying about. He a bird.
Just flying about, being a bird.
Perceptioning? Or
Yes, go ahead and give it a perceptioning.
nope.
Oh.
He went the wrong way again.
Oh boy, did he! You're like, go to the swamp. He's like, mountain.
He did the group thing from
Comes back
Guardians
and
of the
Don's just
Galaxy.
shakes his head no. Stupid
What
bird.
swamp? What swamp?
There are things that eat birds in swamps. I'm going this way.
Edgar's like, I saw that fucking dragon.
I'm not going over there. You're crazy.
Okay, when they're working and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I think Dawn would probably pull the whole do it normally for 15 minutes and sit down and summon up a bunch of
Unseen servant.
unseen servants to do stuff for him.
Sure.
It would probably take 5 or 6 of them to equal out a normal person compared to his strength.
So as soon as you show that, the foreman walks over. He's like, "Why didn't you say you could do this?" And he's like, "Come on," and he takes you off rock breaking duty and heads over. Just have him ferry back and forth, and he directs you to carry the pails, which are much lighter, back and forth. And you are now doing the work of several men, and they seem rather pleased and willing to let you just sit there and keep conjuring up your servants.
Get on the good side of people.
You're learning the benefits of doing things the right way.
Yes.
This is a really unusual way to
I know,
do
like
it,
in
Labor.
when we were doing the stuff in the chat, he gave his real name because I thought we weren't under things. But he would like if they were still not calling themselves by the normal name, he'd probably go like Corvin.
Oh yeah, that one's Unseen Servants a ritual, isn't it? So you
Yep,
could just
he could
keep
sit
doing
there
that.
every like 10 minutes. He could just get a whole bunch of them going.
You can have 6.
And just like nap for the rest of the day.
I guess actually you can have 6 of them if you're casting that ritual constantly because they only last for an hour.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. And basically, you get your half dozen going, and they're like, "All right, you're now on, ferrying small stuff duty. Good job. Thanks for coming. Hope you like your time here. Make sure you sign up when you come back. Can I get you a beer?"
Yes, please.
I mean, they treat you really well. Like, they're like, we don't get a lot of wizards out here. I mean, it's really nice. Thanks for coming out.
You probably don't see a lot of wizard laborers.
It's they think they're better than us. I mean, really, it's a little insulting. But it's good to have you out here, buddy.
He'll just nod and do what he's doing. Just try to keep a lookout on things.
They signed the wrong people up as laborers, and we found a way to work around it.
Dusk probably just like calls ass. It's just like,
oh yeah, Dusk is just
I mean,
carrying like arm loads.
Well, to be fair, Dusk actually only has a strength of 10.
It's
her dex that's ridiculous.
But the speed at which she crosses the distance.
That's true.
She might be carrying half as much, but she does it 6 times in the time most people go back and forth once.
And meanwhile, Talise is over here looking like an early 90s Pepsi commercial.
As the day passes, the labor crew has earned the thanks of the other laborers, making things, if not easier, at least a little more easy on the eyes. So that has gone well. The guard crew, Valandra, Chloe, have done some scouting. I mean, it's not really on point. Waverly and Joey, though, what have you two been up to?
I am doing exactly what they asked me to right now because I want to keep my head down. They want me to guard. I will guard.
Sounds good. You are directed to guard. You're given posts far away from the storage room for some reason. But other than that, they seem to have kind of, all right, sometimes you just gotta pee. It's a bad situation, but, nothing went wrong. Nothing was stolen. We didn't lose any of our stuff. All good. Joey?
I mean, honestly, just the same thing. Like, everybody else is doing things in a more fantastical way, and sometimes you gotta have somebody to drag it into that average.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes, you just gotta stand there and look like you're getting underpaid to do something. Joey can pull that off.
Sounds good. So, salt of the earth folk. Now, as evening starts to come around, dinner starts to get served, you guys do have the opportunity to talk amongst yourselves after the day. I don't know that you've discovered a whole lot new aside from that maybe this stuff is heading into the swamp.
Are there guards posted outside at night?
No, not outside the building.
Okay.
They only seem concerned with keeping the courtyard clear.
Do they care if we go outside?
Who are you asking?
That is a good question.
Don't ask
prisoners
permission,
here.
just
Yeah.
do it.
Ask for forgiveness.
That's
Now.
not permission.
Fair. That's fair.
I see Valandra like walking over to the group, be like, "So should we ask if it's okay to go outside?"
No.
No.
Little Miss Goody Two Shoes over here.
You could have like a couple, like two of you, like maybe Valandra and Joey. That's the only two I could think of. Like go out, like they're getting close and just taking a walk together and just go like on their time off, like 'cause they have a couple hours. You know, like it doesn't have to. We don't have to do stuff like during the workday.
Yeah, that's true.
Go for a walk together.
Valandra is going to go for a walk with whoever wants to go with her and try and find what Edgar refused to.
Okay.
Go in the direction of the swamp and see if she can find, either a tunnel coming out somewhere or, signs of passage of people passing through carrying heavy things or a hidden boat or anything like that. A way to cross the swamp with goods or.
Okay. So let me ask you to now. Are you guys? So who's going? I heard Valandra.
If no one volunteers, Talise is going to go. She will not let Valandra go off by herself. Period.
Okay. So Talise and Valandra, if I could have a stealth check, please, from each of you. And this is your casual, we just happen to be walking in this direction check.
Okay. So would that mean I don't have disadvantage because of the armor? Because
if you're wearing your armor, it's less casual, so you have disadvantage.
Okay.
It's very hard to casually walk somewhere in armor.
Not really.
And we're doing
There's
this
a
as a
fucking
stealth
dragon
check?
the other day.
Just a stealth check. You are walking away from the guards without them questioning where you're going.
But why is stealth is very strange for that?
Trying not to be noticed as you meander away. What were you thinking?
Well, from
Like
the way you're describing it,
performance?
I think either performance or deception.
I'll accept.
Okay, I will
Sure.
roll one of those then.
Sure. I think you might have chose the wrong direction there, but it's okay.
Yeah,
They don't
wow.
care. They're like, whatever you're doing, we don't care. And good 500 yards from the roadhouse to what you would consider the edge of the swamp itself. So you're about 1,500 feet away from the roadhouse. It's very steeply downhill. So while you're only 1,500 across, you're almost also 1,500 down.
Okay.
You get to the edge and it starts to go from broken rock and shale to muck. You start crackling through the surface of the swamp, sinking in a little bit further with each step. There are copses of trees scattered about. It doesn't look like this would be easy to navigate by boat. There are certainly patches of water, but there's more muck, mud, trees, and roots in the way. This looks like at some point in the not-so-distant past, it was probably a forest, but everything is melted looking. The water stinks, and you can almost feel how acidic it is. It's not eating your clothes or your shoes, but probably be awfully hard to live in as a fish or anything of that nature. Can I have a survival check now as you start following up on the leads provided earlier in the day?
Can I cast guidance on myself?
You certainly may.
Okay.
And can I just, inside there, can I help her?
Absolutely.
There you go.
Okay. I'm
right.
glad for that help. And 1d4, 19.
All right. With the 19 now pointed in the right direction from earlier in the day, scouting out with Chloe, and now checking out in more detail, you're able to find the trick to it. And it's very similar to the trick you learned back in Greenest. The entrance to the tunnel is underwater.
I'm glad I went searching then.
And it looks to be underwater a bit further than the quick dunk that you experienced in Greenest. Eyeing it up, you'd probably have a good 100-foot swim.
Underwater or under muck?
Underwater.
Okay.
And I mean, it's murky, mucky water, but
but it's still mostly water.
Still
it's
mostly
fine
water.
Okay. I will go down and investigate.
Okay. So do you have dark vision?
I do not. I do have a holy symbol that eternally glows, though.
Okay. You produce your eternally glowing holy symbol. And if you would be so kind as to roll a d20, a 18, 19, or 20 would be disastrous for you.
What is Talise doing? Anything?
Talise is not. Talise is on the back where Valandra jumped in because she can't follow. She's not going in that water.
10.
All right. You travel through the tunnel in the stone and muck. After about 100 feet, it rises and then takes an ascent that must be near equal to the descent you just did, and probably, you would guess, some 1,500 feet, 1,400 feet ahead, comes up in the storeroom. Are you traveling that 1,400 feet?
Can I make a perception check to see if I hear anything or see anything? See if I think there's anyone in the tunnel?
Sure, you can make a perception check.
23.
You definitely don't think anyone's in this tunnel with you.
Okay, I'll go up the tunnel.
Okay. 1,500 feet, 60 feet, 30.
How long does this take? Just curious.
5 minutes.
Okay.
Ish. Seems about.
Yeah, she's got a swim speed, so this is pretty fast for her.
Yeah, so I mean the swim speed is normal, but then it's just walk 5 football fields, which I guess isn't 5 minutes, but whatever it takes you. But eventually, you come to a small wooden hatch above you. Now, Talise, 4 or 5 minutes have passed since you last saw the bubble indicating that she went under.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you've had any feedback.
Nope.
Are you worried?
Yes.
What would you do with this level of concern?
There's no way I can't follow her. There's no way she'd be.
Oh, you could do it.
No.
Just a little, you could make it.
No.
100%. No problem.
She's kind of like worriedly pacing in like a very tight little circle, like a 3-foot circle, just like she's gonna be fine. Water's her thing. She's gonna be fine. She'll be back.
It's what she does.
It's what she does.
So as you pace, could I please have a d20? 18, 19, or 20?
Yep.
Might be disastrous.
Oh God, these are never good for me.
Everyone holds their breath.
Oh yes.
I love the same roll too.
Yeah, it's the exact same roll.
So 4 minutes pass, 5 minutes pass. Valandra, you've reached the hatch. Now what do you do?
What does the hatch look like?
A square wooden thing in the roof above you. The roof's about 4.5 feet high, 3.5, 4.5. Varies. It seems to be rough cut through the stone. Certainly not dwarven work.
Doesn't seem to lock or anything.
How about a investigation? Oh
21.
yeah. You're like, no, just push. Super easy.
Okay. Do I hear anyone in the chamber above me?
You do not.
Okay. Very well. No. Okay. No, I'm gonna go back.
What?
I was gonna go up and see in the storeroom, but I'm wearing armor and that gives me disadvantage. And then I was gonna take my armor off and do it, but Talais is waiting and that would take like 10 more minutes. So no.
All right. So it sounds like Valandra's heading back down, which is another 3 to 4 minute trip. So 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 8, 9, 10, and then finally the bubbles, and Valandra resurfaces. Talais, after 10 minutes, do you have any words that you would like to express to Valandra at this point?
Oh, thank whoever. Are you all right?
I'm fine. That's definitely the tunnel there. It goes all the way up to the storeroom. No one in it right now.
How far did you have to go?
About 1,500 feet, so about the same distance back up.
Yeah, it's the distance from here to the roadhouse.
How are they carrying stuff that far underwater?
Do I know if there are any lizard folk or half dragons that can breathe on? Actually, wait, was most of that passage underwater, or was it just the way down to the passage that was
only
underwater?
about 100 feet of it was underwater.
Okay.
So, yeah, you did have to go about 100 feet, which would be tricky, but not undoable.
So then my question, do I know if there are any lizard folk or like half dragons that can breathe underwater?
It's pretty common knowledge that lizard folk are semi-aquatic. They're known swimmers.
So it's probably lizard folk that are doing this, is what Valandra will say.
All right, come on, get out of there. We gotta head back.
Okay.
And she's gonna she'll just press a digitation, get the muck and gunk off of Valandra's clothes, so she doesn't look like she's been rolling in mud, dirty water.
Seems fair. And could I please have a stealth check from Valandra and Talais?
Oh my god.
That's not such a good roll.
Wasn't a nat one.
Wasn't? Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna try my luck. I'm gonna try luck real quick.
For Valandra or for yourself?
For my, I can't give my luck away.
Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, no problem.
I'll take the 12.
One better.
No, 15. No, it's because it's
15,
plus your
15,
stealth
yeah,
modifier.
Plus your stealth, so you're up to 15.
Yeah.
So
it's 15. Yeah, I'll take. Yeah, we're gonna take that.
Unfortunate.
Shit.
As you head off up the hill along the stones, Valandra was carrying a great deal of muck with her, and as Talais kindly rids her of it, it falls away from her body, landing in an almost perfect Valandra-shaped mud puddle. Like a big signature, Valandra was here on the stone. But they don't notice. They carry on, heading up. Those that follow behind and arrive later in the evening, however, in order to do nefarious things, might just notice that. But we may find out about that next week, because I think it has just ticked over to 9 o'clock. So, throughout the week, we will let everybody discuss what plans might be now that the other end of the tunnel has been found. Now that you've discovered that some folks in the roadhouse may have allegiances of a nefarious means or purpose. And that the labor crew was well chosen. Everybody having fun?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Didn't go the way I was expecting. I was expecting mass combat, but I'm glad you guys figured a way out. We'll take a quick break and then pick up with Tavern Talk. And just as a heads up, I did ask everyone to hold on the Tavern Talk last week. So suggestions can be from tonight, from last week, or from the text adventures for the XP bonuses and such things. So we'll kick over to that in a minute. Thank you all for playing. I'll be right back. Woo-hoo. Woo.